This November, you'll hear a lot about diabetes and notice a big push to raise awareness about type 1.
In the U.S., 1.25 million kids and adults are living with the disorder. While a cure isn't available now, research driven by JDRF is going in that direction.
And from the Heartland chapter, Laci Naber is here. Brett Slezak is also a volunteer. Good to see you.
Hi, Laci. Hi, Brett. Nice
Laci,
to meet you.
Let's start with type 1. What is type 1? Explain that for our viewers.
Sure. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease where the person's pancreas stops producing insulin. And insulin is the hormone that our bodies need to convert food into energy. So the onset has nothing to do with diet or lifestyle. And those with type 1 have to either do multiple injections of insulin every day or have it infused through a pump.
Brett, how did you know that you had diabetes? Were there early signs where your parents were concerned?
Yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 12, and my family and I knew just because I had all the classic symptoms, extreme thirst, fatigue, having to use the restroom a lot, and impaired vision. So.
Did it run in your family at all?
It did not run in my family.
It did not. So what's a typical day like for you to manage type 1?
Well, my main thing I have to do is keep track of my blood sugar, keep it in a good range, and I do that by injecting blood or taking blood out of my finger 6 to 8 times out of the day using a needle, and I have to count carbohydrates every time I eat and then dose insulin accordingly. And then carrying food and other diabetes supplies around with me wherever I go.
So what happens if you're not completely responsible and maintaining all of those things? What are the risks?
A lot of bad things can happen. If you're low, you can pass out. If you're high, you get really sick, and you just have to keep track of it, do your best, or else a lot of bad things can happen.
Yeah, and listen, Bray, you're an athlete, right? You just, I think, you're just runner-up at the state tennis championship?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so how does that affect, does it make competing tougher having type 1, or what's the impact of having diabetes and being an athlete?
Yeah, it is. It's really tough, but it's possible. I have to learn how my body responds to different types of exercise, and I just want to prove to all families dealing with new diagnosis that you can achieve your goals and dreams in sports or other activities with diabetes.
It's great to see that and to hear your message. I know that's important to you at JDRF, Laci, because you help families all the time who come in the fold. They're new, just like he would have been, what, 4 or 5 years ago? I don't know how old you are now, but about that long now. As an organization, I said you're working toward a cure. So let's talk about research. Where are we today and where's the most promise?
We're making huge strides in research. We have several of our research projects moving into human clinical trials, which is huge. An encapsulation project, which is where they actually will take beta cells that produce insulin and encapsulate them in a little device, and it goes underneath the skin. So essentially someone who has type 1 could live free of type 1 diabetes for 18 to 24 months, and that's moving into that's in human clinical trials right now.
So no pricks, none of that?
No finger pricking, no injections. Nothing. So there's several projects like that on the horizon.
Brett, sound like a good treatment that you'd be interested in?
Definitely.
Gosh, it would sure help you out a lot. You have a lot of things going on this month to help with awareness. What's going on?
On the 13th, the Woodman Life Tower will be lit blue in honor of National Diabetes Awareness Month. And on the 18th, at the Capitol, they'll be signing a proclamation recognizing November as National Diabetes Awareness Month.
With awareness, and I know fundraising is a big part of what you do throughout the year as well.
Yeah.
In fact, we were just talking with Andy Hoig of Metro Quarterly last week, and your event with Brett Michaels was like the next one to advance on for the big prize. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
But what's the benefit, the payoff, as you push so hard to raise awareness? What's the goal?
Well, I think a lot of people don't understand the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. They also don't know the symptoms to look for, like when Brett was saying he was diagnosed extreme thirst and things like that. So being able to be aware of what that is, and then also just, spreading the news in the community of that, it is a hard diagnosis. It's life-changing. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week where you have to monitor this. But you can do whatever you want. You can be successful in athletics and everything. So just bringing that awareness as well.
Yeah, what do you want our viewers out there to do, particularly this month?
Yeah, well, like us on Facebook, and then share some of those messages that we have on our Facebook page, so that people can share it on their Facebook and hear more about JDRF and what type 1 diabetes is.
And you wouldn't mind if they went to jdrf.org and clicked the donate button. That'd be okay too.
That would be fantastic, yes.
I love how you're not shy at all about your goal. It's not, well, maybe someday, eventually, it'd be nice to come close to a cure, right? You put it out there for the world to know we exist to find a cure for type 1.
Absolutely.
It's terrific. And so don't be startled on the 13th when you see Woodman Life Tower is going to be lit up blue. And then on the 18th in Lincoln, if you are connected, the type 1 community in Nebraska is tremendous. And we see that at the walk in August. But if you'd like to be there on the 18th in Lincoln, you're welcome to. And if you are, as Brett said, newly diagnosed and you're looking for resources, please call or log on because those resources are available.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Brett, you going to go defend that title again this year?
I hope so.
Win
Yeah.
the title. We
Yeah.
gotta take the whole darn
Yeah,
thing.
no kidding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Lacey. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.